Yo, what's going on, my Grizzly Cubs? It's your pal Purple Grizzly here, and man, it has been a while, a short time, not too long, but a lengthy time since I've put up a video. And there's good reason behind that. I just recently got home from a week-long backpacking and river rafting trip I do every year with my youth group that I'm a staff member at, and I have one coming up. Full week-long backpacking trip coming up at the end of July and the beginning of August, but that's kind of why I haven't posted this last week. Also, I've kind of not been in the commentary mood too much, really. It's weird. Like the beginning of June and like May, I got all hardcore on YouTube, like straight up making videos like every day, and then now I really don't have a desire to play video games or sit down and edit videos on my computer, which I mean, it's I don't ever love doing that, but it just kind of comes in like bursts, like total crazy motivation and everything. But yeah, that's why I haven't posted this last week. What you're watching today is some COD 4. This was back when I was trying to get clips for my COD 4 montage that I made. It was pretty cool. I liked how it turned out. But this is actually really good quickscoping, sniping gameplay. So you guys should enjoy that. And the topic, this is kind of a cool topic. I'm really excited for this video. It's something I really would like to talk about, and you guys might find it fun and interesting. And that's whether or not I believe Bigfoot is real and why how I can support that. So the best way to start off this topic is by saying, yes, I do indeed believe Bigfoot is real. That I believe that there is some creature out there described as Bigfoot, and I have most of my life, and a lot of people think it's crazy and that's just a myth, but I'll tell you, there is some really compelling evidence. I've always been really interested in Bigfoot pretty much my whole life. If you guys did not know, I actually have a Bigfoot video on my YouTube channel. It's actually my most viewed video. Right now it's currently at like 700,000 views or something like that. It's really insane. It's the longest Bigfoot video ever recorded, and the reason I have it on my YouTube channel, it wasn't my video, but I'm very close friends with the family that took it. It was actually taken on the same trip that I just got home from. Like, it wasn't on this trip, but it was like 10 years. It was taken in 2001. And it's a really famous Bigfoot video. I'm friends with the family. They wanted me to put it on YouTube, so it's on my YouTube channel. And yeah, if you guys want to check that out, it should be really easy to find. It's called Marble Mountains Bigfoot. You can search on my YouTube channel. You just search Bigfoot on YouTube. It'll be one of the first results. So it's really cool, and I could talk a whole video about that and why I think it wasn't a hoax or anything, because the people that took it definitely didn't set it up or make it as a hoax or anything. But just Bigfoot in general, I think Bigfoot is real just because there are so many sightings around the world. I mean, the fact that there are so many sightings isn't really compelling to me, just because there's so many people out there that would love to say that they've seen Bigfoot, and there's lots of people that create hoaxes out there that really give the whole Bigfoot thing a bad name. But I mean, they have upright, hairy, ape-like creatures all around the world. Here in Northern California, Oregon, Washington, it's known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. There's the Colorado Grassman. There's a kind of like a red furred version in Florida called the skunk ape. That's kind of in the swampy like areas. Even in the Himalayas in China, there's a yeti. There's some islands out there in South Asia. I forgot exactly which islands, but they're like known as the real life hobbits or whatever. They're like, they're not monkeys, but they're like upright, short, hairy creatures or whatever. I mean, that's just, those are just a few of the most famous, sightings. You go back in history with, Native Americans have plenty of sightings with, with Bigfoot, and even Teddy Roosevelt, one of the most famous presidents that we've had, that founded the national forestry. He had a Bigfoot encounter. Not many people know that. He was hunting with I wasn't a vice president. It was someone else, in the office, and he actually like shot at it because it was throwing rocks at him, and it like ran off. It's kind of, look it up, it happened, no joke. Now, like I said, you know, I definitely believe in a Bigfoot, but I don't think, you know, there's people out. No, I don't believe in every Bigfoot encounter, if that makes sense. You know, there's tons of people out there, you know, creating hoaxes and really giving it a bad name. For example, we'll take the Patterson footage. You know, as a good, you know, a good example of how people are kind of screwing that up. It's the most famous Bigfoot video. It's where, you know, a couple guys on horses were out trekking through the woods, and they saw the creature. You know, they busted out their old 60s camera or whatever. This was in like the 1960s, and they were filming it, and it's the film where the Bigfoot's walking next to the creek, sort of, and it turns and it looks at the camera, like, you know, like the whole chest turns, you know what I mean? That's the most famous Bigfoot video out there, and a lot of people will be like, oh, how do you believe in that? I mean, I read on the internet that some guy claimed to be the person in the Bigfoot suit, so it's fake. But also, I mean, not a lot of people realize this, but thousands of people have actually claimed to be the person in the Bigfoot suit. I mean, really, if you break down the video, I believe it's real, because, you know, I've seen a lot of documentaries on Bigfoot, and with that film especially, they had a professional athlete try and mimic the muscle movements and like the movements of the joints and everything like that as the person walking in that suit, and really he couldn't do it. Like, and this is a professional, like, crazy, like, athletic athlete, you know, athletic athlete. Say that 5 times fast. So I don't think that was fake, and, you know, people are saying, yeah, it's a really good suit and stuff. But, you know, if we have, you know, high technology, you know, computers and photo software, you know, we've gotten close-ups and analyzed it and stabilized it, and it really has, like, you know, ape-like features. And it looks too real to be a mask of some sort if you, you know, you get a clear picture of it. And I don't think it's a suit, just because, you know, if it was some guy, you know, trying to just, oh, look, it's Bigfoot, you know, it just seemed too perfect, because, you know, where instead of it turning its head and looking like a human would do, it turned its whole chest. And you know, from studies, monkeys or gorillas, you know, they don't turn just their heads. They you know, they have to turn their whole frontal region to look and turn and things like that. And so I thought that was really, you know, it's a big like, you know, thing there, and many people overlook that and just they're so quick to claim it being fake. And like, I mean, just especially how the arms swing, you know, a lot of Bigfoot, you know, encounters, they're just like really low swinging arms. And especially in the video that's on my YouTube channel, it's walking down a mountain ridge, and, you know, it very well could be a hiker, because the camera is a mile away from the creature walking down. It could be a hiker, it could be a Bigfoot, but I've walked that ridge like multiple times in my life. It's a crazy hike, and it's incredibly steep. It doesn't look like it, you know, because you're a mile away, but you don't just get down this mile-long ridge in like 20 minutes. It's crazy steep, and you're like, oh, it was someone on stilts. It's like, no, if I'll pay you money to watch someone walk down that ridge on stilts. Another thing people will, you know, talk about is why don't we see more Bigfoot out there if it's, you know, real, or why hasn't anyone shot and killed one? And it's just, I think it's just because it's so rare. I mean, you know, Native Americans used to talk about tons of them walking around, but I think just over time, you know, they just kind of diminished. And I think that, you know, the forests and the natural environments are definitely able to just sustain creatures like that. And there's, you know, there's tons of things out there I could talk about more about Bigfoot, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to like it up, I greatly appreciate it. Peace out, guys.